How many times can a fan base endure the gut-wrenching agony of a catastrophic defeat, a soul-crushing performance that lays bare every single flaw, every single vulnerability, before the collective frustration boils over into an undeniable demand for change? In the fiercely passionate, often unforgiving world of Edmonton Oilers hockey, that breaking point has not just been reached, it has been shattered into a million pieces. After a humiliating 9-1 drubbing at the hands of the Colorado Avalanche, a loss so utterly devastating it felt like a punch to the gut, the cries for a seismic shakeup are no longer whispers, they are a deafening roar. Today, we dissect the desperate situation in Edmonton, the audacious trade proposals circulating, and the agonizing question facing GM Stan Bowman. Is it time for a wildcard gamble or a more patient, strategic pivot to salvage a season teetering on the brink of disaster? The scene on Saturday night was nothing short of a nightmare. The Edmonton Oilers, a team with Stanley Cup aspirations, a roster boasting two of the most electrifying talents in the entire league, were utterly humiliated on home ice. A 9-1 defeat at the hands of the Colorado Avalanche wasn't just a loss, it was an absolute capitulation, a complete and utter dismantling that exposed every crack, every weakness, every fundamental flaw in the Oilers' foundation. The scoreline itself is a brutal indictment, but it barely scratches the surface of the emotional toll it took on the fan base. This wasn't just a bad game, it was a crisis, a moment where the collective frustration, simmering for weeks, finally boiled over into an undeniable demand for immediate drastic action. The faithful in Edmonton, long-suffering and fiercely loyal, have reached their breaking point. The question is no longer if a change is needed, but what kind of change and how quickly can it be implemented before the season spirals completely out of control. In the wake of such a catastrophic performance, the analytical minds of the hockey world have gone into overdrive, desperately searching for solutions. And one of the most respected voices, Alan Mitchell of The Athletic, has stepped forward with a bold, comprehensive breakdown of what a true roster overhaul could look like for the Oilers. Mitchell's latest column isn't just a casual suggestion, it's a deep dive into the structural issues plaguing the team, and his conclusion is stark. It might take a major shake-up trade, a wild-card gamble, to turn this ship around. And at the very heart of his proposed solutions, surprisingly for some, is the goaltending. While the defense has certainly been porous, Mitchell posits that stabilizing the crease, providing a consistent elite presence between the pipes, could be the ultimate catalyst for change, a move that could ripple through the entire lineup and restore confidence to a shattered team. Mitchell's dream target for the Oilers is none other than Juuse Saros, the dynamic, often spectacular goaltender for the Nashville Predators. Saros is not just a good goalie. He's an elite, game-stealing netminder, a player capable of single-handedly winning games and instantly stabilizing even the shakiest of defensive units. His arrival in Edmonton would undoubtedly send a jolt of confidence through the locker room and provide the kind of consistent, high-level goaltending that has been conspicuously absent. However, the dream comes with a hefty price tag, and not just in terms of assets. Saros carries a substantial $7.74 million cap hit, a figure that, for the cap-strapped Oilers, makes a potential trade nearly impossible to fit under the current salary cap. This isn't just a hurdle, it's a mountain, a financial tightrope walk that would require GM Stan Bowman to perform some serious salary cap gymnastics. To even begin to contemplate acquiring Saros, Bowman would need to move significant money out. Mitchell suggests potential candidates like Adam Enrique, or even, controversially, current starting goaltender Stuart Skinner. Moving Skinner, a player who has shown flashes of brilliance, but also periods of inconsistency, would be a bold, almost desperate move, signaling a complete lack of faith in the current goaltending tandem. But simply moving money isn't enough. The Predators, understandably, would demand a king's ransom for a player of Saros's caliber. Mitchell envisions a package that would need to be sweetened with promising prospects like Matt Savoy or Ike Howard, two highly regarded young talents, plus valuable draft picks in 2026 or 2027. This isn't just a trade. It's a massive gamble, a high-risk, high-reward maneuver that would fundamentally reshape the Oilers' future. It's bold, it's risky, but Mitchell argues that a goaltending upgrade of that magnitude might be the only thing that can truly salvage Edmonton's season and reignite their championship window. However, not all paths to salvation involve such a dramatic, cap-straining gamble. If the Oilers choose patience over panic, Mitchell points to Detroit's goaltending depth as a more realistic and potentially smarter path forward. The Red Wings boast a wealth of promising young netminders, offering the Oilers a chance to address their goaltending woes without completely mortgaging their future. Prospects like Sebastian Cossa, who is currently tearing it up in Grand Rapids with an impressive .939 save percentage, and Michael Postava represent long-term answers under team control. These younger, cheaper options would give Edmonton a chance to build stability in goal beyond just this season, allowing them to develop talent within their system rather than making a desperate, all-in move for an established star. This approach, while perhaps less immediately exciting, offers a more sustainable and financially prudent strategy for building a perennial contender. And then there's always the wild card, the veteran presence who could provide a short-term, yet impactful solution, Marc-Andre Fleury. Mitchell suggests that Bowman should keep tabs on the future Hall of Famer, especially if he decides to make an NHL return. While there's zero hint that Fleury plans a comeback, Mitchell believes Bowman should be ready to make an offer if and when Fleury changes his mind. Fleury, even at his advanced age, brings a wealth of experience, a calming presence, and a proven track record of clutch performances. He's a beloved figure in the league, a three-time Stanley Cup champion, and a player who could provide invaluable leadership and stability in a locker room desperately in need of it. While a long shot, the possibility of the Flower returning to provide a veteran presence in Edmonton is a tantalizing thought, a low-risk, high-reward option that could provide a much-needed shot in the arm. The reaction to Mitchell's proposals from the Oilers' passionate fanbase has been, predictably, mixed. The pain of the 9-1 loss is still fresh, and opinions are sharply divided on the best path forward. Some fans, perhaps scarred by past trade deadline disappointments, are skeptical that the Oilers even possess the necessary trade assets to land a top-tier goalie like Saros without completely gutting their prospect pool. They fear that a desperate move could set the franchise back even further. Others believe that focusing solely on goaltending misses the larger point, arguing that management should prioritize fixing the porous defense first. One reader, clearly exasperated, called the Saros proposal a nightmare scenario, fearing the potential cost. Another, perhaps channeling the nostalgia of past glories, even floated the idea of bringing back Oilers legend Paul Coffey behind the bench to stabilize the blue line, a testament to the depth of frustration and the yearning for a quick fix. Whatever the specific solution, the overarching message from the fanbase, from the media, and from the very performance on the ice is crystal clear. Something big, something fundamental has to change, and it has to change soon. The Edmonton Oilers' window to fix this season, to turn their fortunes around and make a legitimate push for the playoffs, is closing fast. The time for incremental adjustments is over. The time for bold decisions, for decisive action, is now. The weight of expectation, the pressure of a fan base desperate for a winner, and the undeniable talent on the roster demand nothing less than a complete commitment to finding a solution. Whether that solution involves a wild card gamble for an elite goalie, a more patient approach to developing young talent, or a combination of both, the clock is ticking and the future of the Edmonton Oilers hangs precariously in the balance. This isn't just about winning games, it's about restoring pride, rebuilding confidence, and proving that this team, despite its recent struggles, still has the heart of a contender. What a tumultuous time for the Edmonton Oilers and their fans. We've explored the desperate need for change, the audacious trade proposals, and the divided opinions. Now, we want to hear from you. If you were GM Stan Bowman, what would be your priority move right now to salvage the Oilers season? Would you go all in for Saros, pursue a younger option, or focus on the defense first? Drop your comments below, and let's debate the future of this storied franchise. And if you felt the urgency and passion in this report, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exhilarating sports analysis and unforgettable stories. Do you think the Oilers' current struggles are primarily a goaltending issue, Or are there deeper defensive problems that need to be addressed first?